How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. We're live, hoping to have some good conversations and all that good stuff. It's hey, 4th of July is here for the most part, so life is good. Got no complaints here. Kind of crazy what's going on around the country, but we're not gonna let it stop us now. You know what I mean? So if you're in here, let me know. I see we got one person here. Say something in the chat room. And we'll get this live session going, man. A lot to talk about, man, because, it's getting real out here. It's getting real. And either way, life is good. You know what I mean? The weekend's here. Got a 3-day weekend because of the holiday, the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day to you and yours, etc. and so forth, So let me know where you're at if you are watching and say hello and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And I will, if you want to, we'll engage. I will put the link in the chat and we will go from there because that's what this session is all about. It's not about me. It's about discussions and chats and what's going to go on in the future. I mean, it's crazy. One person was telling me today that we're actually looking at seeing this whole coronavirus extend for the next couple years, and I'm just like, I didn't even think about it like that. That is going, that the situation would last this long because, people thought that there was a lot of great improvements going on and you had a lot of people going out to the beaches, to the pools, to the resorts, to the bars and all that good stuff. And, because people, I get it. Everybody wants to get back to some sort of normalcy. But then past weekend, you saw the huge cases of, people getting infected once again. And it's, it's very bad, unfortunately, in California and Texas and all that good stuff. And, I'm just hoping that things get better, because at the end of the day, a lot of people just writing 2020 off. And I don't want to do that, but, with half of the year being over with, it's just kind of hard to tell where, things are going. The link in the chat by selecting. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's all I can say. This is where we are as a society, and hopefully, we'll get back on track eventually. I know we will. At the end of the day, it's going to take a lot longer than everybody was anticipating. It's the world we live in, family. That's all I can say at this point. It is the world we live in right now, and this is like the video I made yesterday, 2 days ago about staying in is going to become the new norm, and I just think deep down in my heart that that's going to be that's what it's going to be. I mean, if you look at it back in society, the baby boomer generation, the generation before the baby boomer generation, I forgot what they call themselves. Staying in wasn't a big deal. That was normal. It was not, like families eating around the dinner table. That was normal. If a man or a female had company, it was always at the house. Somebody would go to somebody else's house. You had your bars, you had your taverns and things of that nature, but staying in was just normal. During that time frame, going to the bar and the tavern and whatnot, that became more of for celebrating purposes, not just do it every weekend or whatnot, or do it every night. It was definitely more normal for a gentleman that was single back in those days, but but now it's just like going to a bar is like you're going at your own risk and whatnot. So so it's like my buddy said yesterday. He told me before he went on this trip with his family, he's like, "Hey man, the bar is at home for me." He said before COVID and after COVID. So I can definitely understand that, and I can definitely respect that. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Hold on a second. I have one of my boys call in. Please tune in. So it's going to be the next couple of months. It's going to be interesting to see where things go from all, especially from like one thing that puzzles me is I see the forbearance thing going on with the mortgages and whatnot. A lot of people are taking advantage of that. It gives them an opportunity to save more money because if you don't have to pay your mortgage, that's kind of a good thing. Excuse me. But then you have to pay it in full at a certain time frame. It was going to be till now, but then I think they extended it for the rest of the year. So it's going to be interesting how that's going to play out from a real estate investor perspective, because I'm a landlord and I'm looking at it like, okay, I don't see the point of me buying a real estate investment property if I know that people can get away with not paying. That's kind of where I'm looking at. Right? It's just like, so I know a lot of people are still buying houses because, the first time home buyers, because they're taking advantage of the interest rates, or they're buying their dream home that they've always wanted because they're taking advantage of the low interest rates. So I kind of get that, but that's going to be interesting how that's going to play out as far as the, real estate investor market. That's really going to be interesting to say the least. But we'll see what happens. It's new month, new opportunity. It's only July 2nd, so we still got a lot of things that we can get done and get accomplished. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we go from there. So hopefully my brother Adrian calls in. Hopefully my brother Troy calls in. Trying to see what's up. Don't get to talk to people that often anymore because everybody's so busy and everybody's all over the place. So you just never know. So we'll see what happens, family. Hopefully we have a last week's discussion because of Chris and Daly, man, it was invaluable. It was impeccable. I definitely appreciate that all. That was a great discussion. So we're going to see what happens today. It was still interesting for the people that saw my other channel, looking at me going to Reading, Pennsylvania. That was very interesting. And, that place is way more locked down compared to the DMV area. And I would imagine even in California right now, it's definitely the same way. So, and if you're watching right now, let me know how it is in your specific area, because it's very, very, very interesting, to say the least, to see how things are kind of playing itself out and whatnot. I don't even know how to call it right now. But because the premise of this video is basically like, hey, it's 2020. It's 2020. What is the first thing you're really itching to do when this whole thing, quote unquote, is over with? When there is a vaccine, is how much trust are you truly going to have, in doing specific things, because people went out on a limb and then, it didn't work out for so many people. For some people it did. For some people it didn't. And I know everybody has mixed feelings and mixed emotions about today's situation. So, you just never know how it might pan itself out. And I myself am. I was just talking about today. I was like, I'm ready to get out and go and do certain things, but right now it's just looking like it's one of the best times that if you can not only stack as much money as possible, make as much money as possible, but be as strategic as possible when it comes to whatever you want to buy, from real estate to opening a business, buying stocks and bonds, to buying gold and cryptocurrency and things of that nature. But being cash heavy, that's my new saying now, is probably one of the best things right now, because when the value of something that will go up has gone down, it's the perfect time for you to purchase that specific item. So we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens, and we shall see what happens. So, all right, family, where are you at? Trying to see what's going on. Call in. All that good stuff. We'll take a little short break. I shall return, family. All right, my brother Adrian has arrived in the building. My brother from another mother, mi hermano de el otra madre. ¿Qué pasó, amigo? Why don't you go ahead and click the link right there, brother? They're on YouTube. There you go. Click the link and join the family. Let's chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. Because this is interesting. You know, what is going on today? And I know he has a lot to say about what's happening out here today. Yeah. Bienvenido, Adrian Gonzalez. Hmm. I'll show his picture. Wait for him to tune in. It is definitely interesting because we're I think we're basically back at the we don't know stages right now when it comes to any and everything. Definitely at the we don't know stages, but that's fine. You know, I think we're still going to pursue. We're going to persist, and we're going to pursue, and we're going to make things happen at the end of the day. So, all right, Adrian, go ahead and select the link, brother. Waiting on you. Link should be in the comment section, but I can make it easy. Let's keep it simple. Yeah, it's all about connecting, and getting the hookup, family. You know, because it's we're in the new month of July right now, and you know, it felt like in a sense we were moving forward in regards to dealing with the virus, but now it seems like we're taking those steps backwards. You know, it's like what is it, 5 steps forward and 10 steps back situation today. Because you know, before all that was happening, I was kind of like, well, hey, what is the first thing I'm going to do as soon as this is over with? I'm like, I'm taking a trip someplace. But now it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's going to be very interesting to say the least. So there he goes, Mr. Gonzalez. Pretty boy.
What's going on
Everything's chicken but the bone because I'm at home, as my Texas brethren would say.
with that?
Oh my God. So, man, what do you think about all this craziness going on in regards to the Rona? And, you know, everybody's shutting things down once again.
Well, I
Good
think
that's on this young man.
unfortunately, since people don't like to listen, they don't want to socially distance. They don't want to wear the masks. I mean, unfortunately, since people don't want to comply, there's going to be those people that are not going to do it, and they just kind of mess it up for the rest of us. So that's exactly why this is happening. So
Yes.
don't blame the government. The government's just dealing with the situation as it comes. You got to blame the people. This is it's a terrible day and age where you have wearing a mask as a political issue. That's just for me. That's absurd.
Agreed.
I don't know, but that's just my personal opinion on that. But I mean, I know a lot of Fourth of July fireworks are canceled and stuff like that, and people are upset. But I mean, at the same time, once again, oh, do you really think people, I mean, given people think now, I feel like they feel like they're more comfortable outside. They can congregate, which is still not true. You can still spread, spread that,
Right.
regardless if you're outside. But I mean, I don't know if the turnout would have been, all that great anyway. People don't want to be around social environments. Um,
And you know the crazy thing is, like I was at the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
So in Atlanta, I found out that strip clubs and nightclubs were open. During
Yeah.
the whole thing. Now I get that Atlanta's a big strip club and nightclub city, but and then because they like out of all the states, I think Georgia was the most fully open compared to any other state,
Yeah.
even like worse than Florida. Now, and now that obviously they're pushing back now because they're saying that hey, this thing isn't over with yet. And like one of my coworkers, he said today, we're looking at this way of life for the next couple of years to come, not just months to come anymore.
Yep.
And I didn't even think about it like that. I was like, you know what? Another couple of years. Wow.
Yeah. This is not going to go away anytime soon. I mean, this is something that's going to change, our life as we know it, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. That's that and people are putting a lot of faith and hope that there's going to be a vaccine, but you know, this virus could turn out, depending on how it mutates and how it changes, it could turn out to be like another flu where it mutates, or it could be even like the common cold. You can't inoculate from the common cold.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I
Exactly.
mean, but and they're we don't know what we're dealing with. We don't know how fast it mutates. There's
Exactly.
still so much information that needs to come out.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like with that being said, um, what's your prediction of them getting a vaccine? Do you think maybe by the end of 2021 or what?
No, no. I mean, the amount of resources and stuff that's being allocated towards the funding and everything like that. Everyone right now is pouring astronomical amounts of money
Right.
into not only the vaccine development but also research on the virus to learn as much as possible, because it's not just everyone want I mean it's a horrible thing. Everyone wants to be the country that figures it out. Everyone wants the
Right.
country to have the first vaccine. They're
Right.
rushing to first proven trials. Every country is going for it, just about.
Right.
you know
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
and there's different kind of vaccines. A lot of people don't know that there's different kind of vaccines. There's three different kinds, if I'm not mistaken. That
Oh, is
one
that right?
Yes, there's different kinds. If I want to break it down and get technical, I wouldn't
Uh,
be able to. I can't articulate myself that. I'm not well versed in that manner, but
okay.
there's,
I get it.
there's
I get it. But hopefully, so now the question is, because this is what this broadcast is tonight, and thank you again for joining at such short notice. Um,
oh
I figured that particular individual would catch your attention. I won't say no more. Uh, but anyways, um, what was the first thing that you're going to do? Say tomorrow, this was all over, or say maybe 3 or 5 months from now, it's all over. There's a vaccine. People feel safe. Life is going on slowly, surely, not 100%, but maybe 60 to 70. What's the first thing you want to do
I want to get
besides
out
go
of
to Disneyland?
uh, going to go to land or going to go to world. I think world
Yeah,
is the one in
I'm going
California.
to Disneyland because that's in California. So
Oh, that's right, Disney.
Anaheim to be
Everybody's too
specific.
confused.
How about yourself, young man?
Well, I do want to do some traveling. I do want to probably do a trip or something like that. Get out and out of the state of Virginia and back on another coast probably. Aside
Oh,
from this one,
you don't want to be in the state of Virginia? Perish the thought.
no, 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 thank you.
But Adrian, there's so much to offer in the beautiful, great state of Virginia.
Maybe for others, not for me.
You don't like to sit in traffic and hear people talk about mundane stuff, and
Nope, not really. Nope, I can't
if
say
you're
can't say that I do.
if you're watching this, we're from the DMV area, so we can talk trash about the DMV area, and I'll leave it at that. Now everybody else who is a person that relocated here, forget it. So I'll leave it at that. I will leave it at that. And Adrian got a little taste of some California sunshine last year, so he just can't wait to get back.
Oh, definitely
Or as I like
that
to
and
call it,
more.
California freedom.
I hear that definitely.
Palm trees. I mean, you see my background. I got Los Angeles downtown,
Yeah.
beautiful mountains. You know, that's home. Mi casa es tu casa, mi amigo.
Sí, me gusta.
Oh my God. Para siempre. But so then, what is the next money move do you recommend for people to make in today's economy and tomorrow's economy when quote unquote things open up? Just hypothetically speaking, because
Well,
people are stepping into, as I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Hunger Games, but it's kind of, the economy is like that, but I think it's kind of like at warp speed where everybody's just constant competing with one another just to survive
yeah.
and to get the magical prize all at the same time. So what are your suggestions?
Well, I mean, the thing is like there's still a lot of instability in the markets. I mean, regardless of the jobs report, I know the jobs report came out. I guess they said they added so many jobs, but people aren't that's not adding jobs. That's just recovering the jobs that were lost with the shutdowns. But
Mm,
unfortunately, that's getting lost in rhetoric and politics and such like that. I don't want to get into that. But
right. Yeah, because it was 40 million jobs or more, right? And then there was a recovery of almost 5 million jobs, right?
yeah, I think right now the jobless rate is at 11 point something percent right now.
Yes.
So it dropped. But still, that's still far from where we were.
True. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because as I see that they've extended the forbearance, right? For
Did
mortgage.
they?
They did until the end of the year, if I'm
Wow.
not mistaken. So
Well, it's necessary.
it is necessary. I'm not, like I said, I'm not downing it, but my thing is as a businessman, I'm like, okay, well, that kind of, for me, if they're doing that, then I have a funny feeling. I'm hypothetically, I don't know for sure. A lot of states are going to extend not allowing people to foreclose on homes or to evict people from properties. Now, I'm not saying I want to see a massive flood of people become homeless over this pandemic. I get that that needs to happen because it's people. People matter. Nobody's downing anybody for this situation. I would never do that. But I'm just saying I'm looking at it from a real estate investor perspective. Why would I buy real estate if I know that my tenants can get away with not paying the rent?
That's another problem. But I don't know if that's going to become more of an issue. I
Okay,
feel like that's going to be an issue, but I think they're not really focused on that. They're more focused on just mortgages. They're not really focused on like tenants and stuff like that.
true,
Because I mean that's just what it comes down to. That's what the reserve looks at. They're looking at
true.
mortgages. They're looking at those numbers. That looking at the loans and such like that. So um,
That that is so
but
true.
that's another reason why they also, as of this month, they got rid of the $600 extra on the unemployment that
That is
that
true.
expired. They're going to try to do an extension, but that's still in Congress. Now,
Yes. Yes. And see that's why I said it's like with that being said, why it's like everything's kind of flaky right now, if you know what I mean. It's like, I mean, I get that they don't want obviously it would be very bad, period, no matter what the situation is, to have a massive amounts of foreclosures. We don't want that
yeah,
repeating again. Nobody wants that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of real estate investors would want that, but I'm not one of those investors that would want that. So, because I don't want to see people lose their homes just like that, just because so I can make a quick buck. I mean, I'm a capitalist, but I'm not a greedy capitalist, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah. I always
To
thought
me,
you were a
it's
communist, but
like,
that's a story for long ago. That's for another.
well, my mindset is if I want to get a house for a buck, it's either I get a real cheap property one or I just go to a tax lien where I know
That's true.
that, the city or the county has gone through every length possible to save that property for that person. And even going through this tax lien process so that they can save that property for that person. So if I,
That's
it's because every resource was exhausted, at that point. But yeah, I guess like I said, for me, it just from a real estate investment standpoint, it's just like okay, it just kind of kills the incentive to say, okay, let's buy something now if I know that certain tenants can just get away with not paying. You know,
that's true. But I mean, the only way I see around that is to do something else, like maybe go through the Section 8 program, where you could guarantee and
that's true.
generate income.
That's
in order
true.
to generate profit. It's just you run the risk, of course, of the tenant. But that's with any tenant, destroying the
Agreed.
property.
Agreed. And you know what? That's a good point that you just made right there. And I think that would be the best course of action at this point. If you're looking to get a tenant, they have to be in that area because at least, like you said, you're guaranteed your money.
Mm-hmm.
You're not guaranteed a decent tenant, but you are guaranteed your money. So, and in this
Yep.
time frame, I'm kind of at that. I need a guarantee, not just a wing and a prayer. I need my guarantee.
Definitely.
I'm going to put something in it. I need to get something back as a guarantee. That's why I've fallen back a little bit on wholesale because because of the whole mortgage forbearance and because of a lot of tenants being protected right now, being able for people because you have a lot of tired landlords out here right now. We know this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. However, a lot of them legally cannot move forward with evicting their tenants, or they cannot move forward with even foreclosing on their property. So a lot of them obviously they don't want to do that because they don't want that on the record, because one thing that was brought to my attention today that I didn't realize people like just from a financial standpoint, like, and this is an analogy that was made by one of my care bars gentlemen, Benita Fitzgerald, great guy. I talked to him, very intelligent. He lives in Tampa Bay, Florida. He's like one of my care bars mentor. And he said, and I quote, he said, I'm not making light of today's situation, people getting sick. But I am saying not only people are getting mentally sick, but people are being financially sick. People are catching a financial virus. And I didn't even think about it like that. Because he broke it down. He's like, well, what does the virus do? And think about how it's doing it to a lot of people's bank accounts, their assets, et cetera, and so forth and whatnot. Then you just got a lot of people that are just drained. And it's because, obviously for one instance, they're only making money from their job. Or if they're landlords and whatnot, and the tenants just aren't paying. And for a lot of, especially in the DMV area, a lot of people have mortgages that are 2,000 plus. So imagine if you're renting a house out and somebody can't pay the mortgage. Pay the rent. You kind of screwed.
That's true.
Because when that government shutdown happened, one of my coworkers was telling me about her and her husband's tenant. And because matter of fact, it's crazy. After that situation, they got out of the rental business. They sold their property.
Wow.
Yeah, because they went, I think, how long did it last? Like almost 3 months or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and they were paying that mortgage and they lost money for those 3 months.
Yeah.
They sold their property. They fixed it up. They gave the tenant, you have X amount of days to leave. They just gave them the security deposit back. They fixed the place up and they sold it.
Wow.
They didn't ever want to go through that situation again. And the thing was, it was a nice single family home. You know what I mean? So you wasn't going to try to rent it to just any Joe Schmo off the block. But because these people, their jobs weren't allowed them to go to work, and they were government contractors, you know what it is. So, so that's why I'm hoping that situation doesn't occur again, because it seems like with it being July and the year is basically almost over with. Everybody's still calling 2020. Either we need a do-over, or it's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah. 2020's been a pretty much entirely almost a disaster. You just had a couple of good months at the beginning of the year before, and then after, once COVID hit, it was just everything just completely stopped.
You're right. I could agree with you more, man. This is like it just stopped. It just and I was saying this. I think I was saying this when you and me were in Reading. We were at the Reading airport, eating out. It's like I can't believe I took this for granted. Just being able to go out, have a good time, just you get something to eat, just be out in public.
Yeah, that was amazing. Nice trip, nice scenery.
Exactly.
It was beautiful. Just people take that for granted. But you're on lockdown, and all you do is go. If you had a job, you would go to your job. Otherwise, you would just stay in your house. You were afraid to go everywhere. I remember when this first hit, everyone was afraid to go out of their houses.
Yes.
Especially after everything closed down.
Yes.
People are afraid to go out of their houses. Can you imagine, and how people, started losing it after a while before things started really opening up?
You're absolutely right. I could not agree with you more. I think because let me get your perspective. Do you feel like in Reading compared to Woodbridge, Virginia, do you feel like people felt a little bit more laxed out there? Do you think it was a lot more the stricter compared to people being in the house and whatnot. What do you think?
I mean, it's a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to compare Woodbridge and Reading a
Apples
little
and
bit.
oranges, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's hard to compare the two. 'Cause
Two
like I
different
said,
worlds.
yeah, it's. But I mean, it looks. I mean, if I had looked from Reading just as like or Pennsylvania from their standpoints of how their restrictions are compared to Virginia, I
Right.
can say. But I mean, it looks like everyone out there is probably almost on the same page. It's just they're a little bit farther behind than we are in
Got
terms
you.
of opening and such.
Got you. Yeah. It looked like more and more stuff was closed down.
Hmm.
Hey, what's going on, Dalen? Uh-oh, Dalen's in the house. The communities and demographics are different. I couldn't agree with you more on that one, Dalen. I couldn't agree with you more on that one because he's in Baltimore, so he
Yeah.
definitely knows. It's like three different worlds and whatnot. And then it's like you said, what is it? Woodbridge, Virginia, obviously is more suburb. Reading is a little city.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
that feels like it feels like city, like a low key city.
Exactly. Exactly.
Laid back. Doesn't got like a slow city.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. And that's just one of the things. It was up to matter of fact, I'll put his comment up there. How goes it, brother? Good old Dalen. Baltimore brother. The Baltimore tax thing's about to come around and I'm ready to place my bid in.
Yeah, you and me both. Woo.
I know, yeah, I know you're trying to get in on it as well. you know, I am not mad at you at all, man. But yeah, it's two different worlds. And I can just imagine this will make you laugh. So there was a couple in Los Angeles, man, that got married on a beach, and they both got washed away by the tide.
Wow.
Put this video up, man. They both got saved, and they're okay, but they were on the rocks. Like I don't know if you remember when we went to Santa Monica and there were rocks in the middle of the parts of the ocean and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Their vows right there. I'm sorry, no, they were taking their wedding pictures right there. And
Yeah.
the tides out there can be pretty crazy compared to the Atlantic side of the ocean and whatnot. And yeah, it's just this big wave came in and they just washed them both on. And luckily, these two surfers saved them. You know what I mean? And the sad thing is, the groom he left it. So it looked like he could swim and she couldn't because he left her. He was just like, I ain't want to do this crap anyway. So I'm
He's like, I'm out.
gonna swim to shore.
Now's my chance. What have I done? I seen the light. I seen the wave.
I'm just like, man, what with these people?
Yeah.
I was at what was that? I was at a restaurant today, and one of the waitresses, she said she's from Michigan, and she was like, you remember how they went from 1 to 4 as far as the phases of opening up and things of that nature? And
Yes.
she says now they're trying to go back to basically phase 2 because they, obviously, because you remember when everybody stormed the state house and they were doing their thing.
Yeah.
They opened up and all that good stuff, but I'm just like, well, people got to learn the hard way. This, like I said, this is going to be the new norm. I think house parties are going to be the new norm because what was it? A friend of mine lives in Riverside, California. She actually opened up her own mobile bartending business.
Oh my goodness.
And she's thriving because everything's shut down.
Yeah.
And people miss going to the bar, so she's got a little a band, and she's bringing the bar to people's houses.
Oh, that's kind of like a DJ, only it's a bar.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, her husband is actually a DJ, and he gave her the idea. So they kind of tag teaming it. So I just thought that was pretty cool. I was like, what? But because like I said, if you think about it, like our grandparents and great grandparents generation, that's what they did anyways.
Yeah.
So, because you didn't have as many places to go out, one, and then two, back then mostly everything shut down by like 7 p.m. So you have the all night Walmarts and things of that nature. So but to me it's definitely interesting how this year is shaping up. I mean, heck, I was still surprised. Oh yeah, I don't think I told you, Adrian. I got an interview for a job in LA on Monday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got the call yesterday. So
are you gonna take that flight?
No, it's over the phone.
Oh, I was about to say. I was
I'm not
like,
going there now. You
wow.
smoking crack?
Oh
I'm
wait,
not
you got a
going anywhere right now.
big set on you if you're doing that. I give you my my. I was like, wow.
Do you realize what was it that weekend we went to Reading? This in America, the numbers spiked the highest. Like around the country, especially in those specific states that we mentioned.
Yeah, I'm about to say, in LA right now is not a very happy place right now,
No,
especially.
no, it's no. It's the saddest thing is about that. At the end of the day, is that places like that are like the best places to be in. But with everything going on the way that it is right now, it probably just be as boring as being in a DMV right now. My personal opinion, but I'll leave it at that. Well, you know what?
Think
It
so?
probably wouldn't. No, never mind, never mind. Let me scratch that. Wouldn't
I
be
mean, the reason why I say that is because the California is experiencing a spike as well, and actually, Gavin Newsom just ordered I think the gyms and the bars closed or something like that again.
Yep, he did. It's sad. It really is. I mean, but it's one of those. It is what it is situations. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He because I could tell he was against doing it to begin with, as
Yeah,
putting it up. But I know he had to do something. But I think opening the gyms up was one thing. I think if the gyms would have kind of did like my gym is doing, taking people's temperature and ensuring that they have a mask when they come in and when they go out, you know, if he would have put those kind of guidelines in place. But I think people just probably lost their minds. And then, with this being, it's a coastline state. So there's beaches everywhere you look. So there's no humanly way possible unless they put like a military on the coastline of California to keep people off the beaches. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's true.
It's just impossible. I mean, it's more possible to do it in a state like Virginia and Maryland because you have coastline, but you don't have as many quote unquote tourist beach destinations compared to the West.
Yeah,
So I think it's much more manageable here compared to there. But that's just my personal opinion on that one. Hey, Dalen, you gonna call in? Call in. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. It's sad because I know that a lot of people were tired of being. A lot of my friends that live out there, they were telling me that they were excited, especially for the gyms to be back open. If anything else, they care less about the beach because most people that live in California going to the beach is like breathing air, but they
yeah.
definitely be able to go to the gyms and whatnot. Because I don't know if you remember, there's like a gym literally on every corner,
I
especially LA
again, I
Fitnesses.
was yeah, I was more enamored of where I was at. I didn't really pick up on that. I wanted
Got
to go
you.
back in, which I do intend on doing that.
Right. Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, it was literally like, especially LA Fitness where it came from. So there's an LA Fitness on every corner between in Los Angeles, Orange County, and Riverside. So
Yeah,
that's the bad thing. And then people not being able to work. So and everybody can't stay on unemployment forever. You know,
that's true.
that's how I look at it. So it's going to be interesting, at least. Because like I said, I was trying to plan the Philly trip, but I don't know about that now. I'm just like,
Yeah, honestly,
no,
it's probably canceled anyway. Just like, I
yeah,
mean, look at Reading. I mean,
yeah. You know what? You got a point there. I think the only reason why Baltimore is still on is just because it's an online auction.
yeah, that's what I think.
To be perfectly honest with you, and I think that was a very smart thing. Because when I did the Phoenix tax lien, that was online anyways. Phoenix, Arizona, and Maricopa County. So that just made sense to me. But I mean, it's 2020. We're about to be in 2021. So I don't see any reason why anybody wouldn't want to make it online. So we can make it more. At this point, if they want to have them, they're going to have to do that because here's my thing: if they keep pushing it, like what was it that bailiff told us? He was like they pushed it to December, right? In Reading.
Yeah, it was December.
Yeah, so it's like okay, that means the county is losing money.
Oh yeah.
That means these taxes aren't being paid and they're losing money. So if they got to keep pushing these things out, then my personal opinion is, hey, like you got the next couple of months they need to create some sort of get with a IT developer and create a mechanism so that they can have an online auction.
Well, I mean, Burke County in general, just like paying taxes, you have to, yeah, some of it you had to do in person.
Yeah, I remember you told me you had to go through that system and whatnot.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
one of their systems are down, so they're not exactly the most technologically advanced out there when when in terms of like how they do their stuff. I mean, compared to like look at Maryland. Maryland has an online auction. I'm sure Maryland you can probably pay your taxes and stuff online all year round.
I think. Well, okay, so now correct me if I'm wrong. I noticed with the housing authority, it's not an issue. And then when you got to pay for the inspection, you can pay online. But like you said, I think when you had to pay taxes for the school district, that's what the issue, right?
Yeah, it was the school district.
Okay, got you. Because I know that's two different beasts and whatnot. But yeah, when it comes to technology, you're right. Berks County isn't the most efficient. Nothing against them or anything of that nature. But like you said, they have some work to do. You had to go in person to pay. They said that they were still trying to work out the bugs, I guess, right?
Yeah, when their credit card system was down.
Wow. And in today's technological age, it's just like that's like
So
making.
I had to go there and actually cut them a check.
Wow. Well, only I guess small governments and whatnot, right? Because in the business world, that wouldn't fly.
Yeah, definitely.
People would be looking at you like you're crazy and whatnot.
Hmm.
It's kind of sad with everything how it's going now because I was itching to take a couple of trips and whatnot, but I guess I have to hold off. Everything. It's kind of like 2020 is hashtag everything's at a standstill right now.
Yep. Well, actually, I have news. I think my little loan is coming through, so
All
I'm pretty
right.
happy about that. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, I should be done, and then moving on to other opportunities.
Best way to put it. Best way to put it. That is great news, Adrian. I know you're happy about that. I know
I
you.
sure am.
Well, what my hope is still, by January, my birthday present to myself is a multi-unit.
That's a wonderful birthday gift.
That's a word. Yeah, exactly, and I'm hoping that prices prices by then start coming down a little bit. What is your opinion on that?
Well, actually, speaking of prices, I don't
Mm,
know how this happened, but since I got my initial inspection, I mean, this is just from a real estate perspective.
right,
So I got my appraisal
right,
from Navy Federal for my property that appraised
hmm
for 59K.
right.
So not even maybe 4 months later, my
hmm
property went down to 50K.
It went down.
Yep, the appraisal came back 9 grand less, and I've had work done on the property.
So you brought the value up on your property, but yet and still the value went down.
Yep, it was gone down since the last appraisal, which was like 6 months ago. But that just shows you, like the market.
And that's why I find that kind of odd, especially in regards to Reading, Pennsylvania, because they got a housing shortage right now. Because they got more people than they do housing. And usually when that happens, when the demand is high and you obviously they can't build anymore there, you know, that because I noticed the prices have gone up on certain properties and whatnot. It's not as easy to find something below 40,000 as it used to be compared to last
Yeah,
year. But like you said, it just depends on the way that the market fluctuates, right?
yeah. I'm trying to make sense of it honestly because I wanted to. Well, I mean, looking at the I don't know, like I said, do two different appraisers, two different organizations doing the appraisal, but over the course of 6 months to have a $9,000 drop in Reading, Pennsylvania was kind of surprising.
Yeah, and the thing is, at the end of the day, with two different, they're always it's I kind of look at appraisers like dealerships. There's always going to be two different prices. But I
Yeah,
know you didn't expect it to be that big of a dip. You might have been expecting maybe 55 to 57.
I was expecting 60, to be
Oh,
honest
you
with
said
you,
you were expecting more.
because I actually had done work. I had done some work on the property
Got
after
you.
that, after the first appraisal, which are but I don't
Ah,
know.
got you. Well, it just depends on the organization how you do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's one thing I can say with sincerity. Um, and the beautiful thing, that's what I'm loving right now about this the upside of the Roni Rona. I need to stop watching Meet Kevin because I'm starting to sound like him now. Because I got that from him. So
yeah.
But anyways, the upside of the good old Roni Rona is that, you know, if you take, like you said, I did find out you could still take money from your 401k, you know, without being penalized. But you have to pay it back within the three time frame.
How many years?
3 years.
3 years. Oof. Okay. Well.
So it's a consideration. I mean, I'm still going to talk to my CPA and all that good stuff and see. There's two options. I could either take it out, or get penalized, but I won't have to worry about paying it back, or I can pay it back in 3 years. So it's either one, you know. But either way, it's going out. So I know because it's like I'll say it in Spanish. Quiero estar libre un día. I want to be free one day. So, and that day will be in January. So,
amen to that.
It's all good. I want to start 2021 on a clean slate and just, you know, make the moves for me because I know that nobody else is going to do it. So I got to make it happen. So, but hey, I'm glad to hear about the appraisal, man. Like you said, now you just make the next move. Those plans we talked about, you know, won't mention that on the air because it's nobody's business. And you just move forward to see what's best for you at the end of the day. Either way, I support you. So I know it's going to be a great thing so you can start living your best life on your best terms.
Oh, yeah.
But I think at this point, Dalen's chiming in. At this point, that's what it's all about. What's going on, Baltimore?
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. Why you hiding yourself, man? You outside doing something illegal?
Well, I've done taking a post outside shower, so
oh, okay, yeah. We don't need to see all that.
I want to be famous, but not for the right reason.
Well, we appreciate that, Dalen. We appreciate that, man. Oh man, it's been a while since you got to talk to Adrian.
Yeah, no, how you been, man?
Hey, man, been pretty good, man. You know, doing my thing. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. Trying to make some small wins along the way.
Oh yeah, man, about to make it happen.
Small wins make big victories, though.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah, it's like Nipsey Hussle said. You know, it's a marathon, right?
It is a marathon, bro.
Brick by brick.
I always gotta remember that.
Every day. Next thing you know, you have a wall. And the next thing you know, you have 4 walls. The next thing you know, you have a roof.
That's true.
That's how I look at it. But you know what? This is another subject matter, and I wanted to get both of your perspectives on. You posted an article that I read the other day, about Baltimore and DC being the worst ran cities. However, the cost of living continuously keeps to go up, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? That's so true. Now, everybody knows that DC is being gentrified, but nobody really knows about the slow gentrification happening in Baltimore.
Yeah, man.
And you live there, and you're a native, so you know better than me and Adrian ever would.
That's true, man. I'll say we as people, we always like to talk good games as far as like learn from the past and
right.
That history, if you don't really learn from it, it'll always repeat itself.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite indicative principles is Sankofa, which means go back and fetch, or pretty much you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been, right?
Absolutely.
It says that people of African descent didn't really value their properties, and we pretty much see throughout history that if we don't value it, someone else will come in and they will. Why not try to get ahead of the curve to make that change for ourselves? You know.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. Gentrification is happening in DC. It's slowly happening in Baltimore, Pennsylvania, and every other East Coast black city that you can think of.
Right.
Philadelphia, we can do things about it to pretty much empower and bring out the value of our communities. But to do so, I think that we have to educate ourselves in what it means to own property and then walk through the process as to how to own property.
Exactly.
So it's a process, but it's well worth every effort that we put through it.
Absolutely. I mean, you being a new homeowner, you know that more as anybody else, right?
That's true. That's true. And it's a struggle. I actually just came back from Home Depot. I had to buy some air filters from wood planks to rebuild my closet. But it is what it is. And it's a good struggle to have, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thanks again, man, for purchasing something off my website. I really appreciate that.
No problem,
Thank
man.
you for your support.
I just need no one's gonna get here.
It'll be there within the next week or two, sir.
Awesome.
You know, because items coming from overseas now take a lot longer because of various reasons, and I won't get into that.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely is what it is. But I thank you for supporting me on that note, man.
No problem, man. I'm here to support. I'm here to help. Put my money where my mouth is. It's my business, man.
And that's respect and that's love all day, man. What was it? The other day I sent you an email. I think it was yesterday in regards to the properties I'm thinking about bidding on.
Yeah, I got it this week. I might not go out Saturday. I'll have some family visiting me.
Oh, that's cool. Whenever.
But I would definitely check those places out. I saw that you sent out, I think 9 or 10. I got a good glimpse at it. I saw some of the streets. I would definitely do my research and report back.
I appreciate that, man. I really do, because you're definitely my only eyes and ears in Baltimore. And for me, I just want to make sure that it has a roof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is there a structure there?
Yeah, there's some structure there, and then I can sell it. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. As long as it looks like I can walk inside the place, and if I get it from the tax lien, then I can sell it so I can move forward and whatnot. So
yeah. Are you knowledgeable of the process for
So correct me if I'm wrong. It's like, I know you have to get a foreclosure attorney. You have to put a $100 down a registration fee, right?
Yep.
And obviously you bid, and they close the bidding on, what is it, the 14th or the 15th?
20th.
The 20th. Okay, even better. So I haven't placed any bids yet. I was going to start next week, but I wanted.
Bidding opens up on the 17th.
Say that again.
Bidding opens up on the 17th.
Yeah. Thank you for correcting me from because it's been a minute since I've been on that website, and I know Adrian was thinking about placing bids on there as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, especially now.
So that's the plan. And if things would slow down, like, because we were thinking about coming up there and just coming to see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like on a Saturday and whatnot. But how is it up? I'm glad you're on right now. How is it up there in Baltimore right now? Because I don't mind going to see you. It's like we can just go get something to eat, you know what I mean, and not get sick.
So I will tell you, I've been staying in the house, and I've been staying in the house.
I've been staying in the house.
I rarely go outside, man. I went out today to pick up some stuff from Home Depot. That was it. And the other day, I went out to pick up some lamb because I plan on grilling this weekekend.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Other than that, I'm in the house, man. But I'll say, just like everywhere else, there seems to be a lot of traffic. Some people are taking this situation seriously, some are not.
Of course.
I'm still in mode of protecting myself.
Okay.
And yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, because me and Adrian went to Reading last weekend, and I was like, we should go up to Baltimore before this thing happens. At least drive around and get a little bit of feel of the properties that we're thinking about bidding on.
Yeah, man. If I do that, just give me a heads up, and I'll definitely come out to kick it with y'all. I'm just not sure if I'll hit up a restaurant, because.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I get it, because what was it? Because obviously in Reading it's different because it's much more of a smaller town. Because Adrian, what was it, about 4 people in the restaurant inside, and mostly everybody was outside, right?
No, there was a large group. There was I think 3 other tables inside, and then everyone else was outside.
Yeah. And then they gave us sanitizers to wipe the table down and stuff, all that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't blame you, Daily, because no one wants to continuously play Russian roulette. I just had to get out because I wanted to see my property too. I was like, I got to get the heck out of the DMV for a little bit. So
I understand that. How's it doing?
It's doing good, man. I had a tenant that was gone for like a month or so. I got a new one. She's a social worker, has 2 kids. So I'm,
That's all right, man.
Yeah, because luckily, my tenants, one works at the plant, so they can shut that down. They shut that down. They shut Reading down. And then the other lady, she works for the city government, so they got money coming in consistently. So that's working out. But the best thing about investing in Baltimore and Reading is one thing: 0 mortgage to low mortgage. So I like that program compared to like Northern Virginia and Southern Maryland and whatnot, and DC.
Man, it's so many things moving right now, but I'm excited overall.
That's good.
as far as like achieving some of my goals I wanted to achieve.
Absolutely.
That's good.
So I think that's a huge
Well,
motivator.
congratulations on your home buy, by the
I
way.
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's like, it's crazy where we are right now, and then like I said, it's kind of crazy it's not crazy where we're trying to go, but it was definitely, like you said, it was a great first step, right? And now it's just just continuously building and motivating and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right. And one thing I've been doing is educating my friends about it. And a few of my friends, they're actually on board with trying to do some things, just kind of change that situation too.
Mhm.
Like, so I'm excited. I don't know what's going to happen next. Of course, we're still in the crisis, but I'm definitely hopeful for positive outcomes, and I'm just going to keep moving.
Absolutely, and the crazy, they keep saying these words of supposed second stimulus check. And now the theory is it's supposed to come out next month.
Really?
What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you, first of all. And part two of that is I'm using those finances to finance my future.
Amen to that. Because I tell you, this is why I'm starting to stay off social media a little bit, especially Adrian. I got to tell you this. When the first stimulus check came out, all I kept hearing is, looks like I'm going on vacation. Oops, looks like I'm getting a new TV. I'm like, oh my God.
Man, in all actuality, a lot of the people that got their stimulus checks end up putting it in their savings account. It was actually reported they had the highest record amount of savings in a period. Like it was.
Right.
I wish I could spout exactly verbatim where it came from, but but they did show it was a substantial drop in people's savings or increase in people's savings, and then a lot of people were actually started buying stocks for the first time as well,
which is a good thing because it's like I said, we can't go back to what we were. It's like I said, you have to not only invest in stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, and Dalen, don't forget. I know I haven't really asked you, but don't forget to check out join the Care Bars family for free, man. Yeah, just sign up as an affiliate. Adrian's on board, but it's not debatable anymore. You got to have a side hustle. You definitely got to have a home based business if you want a decent tax return nowadays.
Yeah,
it's not up for debate anymore. I don't understand why. So I'm happy to hear if people are saving more and investing more because that's the new movement now. It's not up for debate anymore. It's a must.
Yeah.
It has to be become a part of the culture. I'm glad that Dalen, you're spreading this good information out with your boys.
Yeah, man. Because look, if if I really want to call them friends, I gotta put them on to what I'm on to.
Exactly.
Or they're not. If they're not with it, hey, that's cool. But
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta be on the same page. That's why they're homies. That's why they're friends.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm with you. I mean, I only roll with the people that we're in a sense on the same page. We can disagree on certain things, and that's fine. But we all have to want to see everybody's success. I want your success to be great. I want Adrian's success to be great. I want my success to be great, and et cetera and so forth. I don't have time to hate. All I got time for is to motivate.
Exactly.
But definitely on that note, man, thank you for calling in. And I'll probably let you know this weekend. I'll get with Adrian and see. Matter of fact, I got you on right now. So I'll hit you up. Let me look at the calendar. Adrian, what's your calendar looking like for a Saturday or whatnot? Or Friday? Yeah, let's make it a Saturday.
I'm off. I'm off every other Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I work this weekend.
Okay, so you work this weekend?
I'll tell you the 10th is perfect.
You said the 10th is perfect?
Yeah, that's a Saturday, right?
That's a Friday.
The day after that, 11th.
So the 11th?
Perfect.
Okay. How about you, Adrian?
I would have to go look up. I have to look at my work schedule.
Okay, but yeah, we'll shoot for the 11th, and if not, we'll definitely another day. But yeah, definitely we got to make that trip up there.
Yeah, the 11th, the 11th, and the 17th, 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, all that.
Okay, good. So either way, so yeah, we definitely got to make that work and whatnot. And like you said, we'll just do a little driving around, be more order no spots because we don't want to catch the Rona, and we don't want to spread the Rona, you know, and all that good stuff. But yeah, we definitely got to make that happen, man. So,
matter of fact, we probably I'll let you check out my place. Well, not at least outside. I don't know about letting inside. That's our phones in here. But,
hey, brother. Hey, man. I am not mad at you because I allowed one person in my house, and it was for my mother's birthday. So
yeah.
That's how that's going down.
The only person that's been in here besides me has been my mother lately because she comes visit me. But yeah, man.
Yeah, that's where we're at as a society. I get it. Trust me.
Watching the news,
your house.
so many updates is interesting. But I'll definitely give you an outside official tour.
Okay, that works. That works for me. How's the parking in your neighborhood, man? Is it easy or what?
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know in downtown Baltimore sometimes it's a pain in the butt, but that's downtown anywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
You know how that goes. So, all right, man. Well, sounds like a plan, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. Thanks for having me, and continued success. And you all have a good evening.
You as well, brother.
Take it easy.
Take care. Always nice to talk to Dalen, man. So yeah, Adrian, just like I said, if you're interested, just go up there and have a look. Take a sneak and peek.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't mind. As long as if I'm off that day, I have no problem going.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that definitely works out for me, man, because I'm ready to get this train started. Shoot.
I hear that, man. Choo.
Especially, I know ever since you got the news back and whatnot from the appraiser. So I know you.
I'm pretty happy.
Now.
That was the loan officer. The appraiser already happened. But I'm just happy to get it over with. I'm happy to get it behind me, and I'm happy to get that capital and make some magic happen, make some money.
There you go. And remember, you got your numbers, like we discussed.
Yep.
Focus on the numbers. That's it. Focus on the numbers, get to that place, and in 2021, you can do that beautiful thing of saying, new life, new me, let's achieve. That's how, with or without Rona, I'm definitely making 2021 my year. I want you to make it your year, make everybody their year, because 2020 is so, this is, to me, it's like this is the preparation year.
Yeah.
That's how I look at 2020. It's preparation, a lot of lessons learned. Things might not be the same for a couple of years now, but that's okay. I want 2021 to be continuous execution. So that's what I'm definitely looking for. So on that note, sir, thank you for calling in.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. Let's make it happen. And when in the next 5 or 10 minutes, if you're free, I'll give you some more information in that one individual we were talking about earlier.
Okay, I got you. I appreciate it.
That's definitely an offline conversation.
I got you. I hear you, man.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, appreciate it. Take care.
All right. All right, family. Thanks again for tuning in. With me and my friends, this is the people that I connect with on a regular basis. This is why I'm glad I was able to do these live sessions and things of that nature. I wanted you to not only, I do enough talking. I want you to hear from other smart people that have a lot to offer, a lot of great information. And you're seeing we're not allowing today's situation to get us down. We're allowing it to lift us up. And I implore you all out there to let this situation lift you up and do the things that you want to do with your life. You might have to do it in a different manner, but it's going to get done either way. All right, family. So don't forget to do the 3 great things: like, share, subscribe. That is a beautiful thing. And I always appreciate it when you do. I will put this up here. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a very simple thing to do. If you want to support a small business, check out the online store. We have various products and whatnot that you need, from face masks to plastic gloves to hand sanitizers to toilet papers, paper towels, to clothes, the whole 9. We got what you need. Anything you want, that's the way you get it. And definitely thank you for the people who contribute to the Cash App and the PayPal. I always greatly appreciate that. Thank you for the donations, as always. I think I heard my phone go off. So thank you, family, for the donations. And if you want to sign up with Care Bars International, it's where we buy gold, we save it. There's no monthly fee. The only fee you pay is when you want to buy, not have to buy, a package from the Care Bars International, so you can start your own home-based business, or you can just buy a package so that you can make money off of buying gold and referring others and whatnot. Another way to buy and save assets and to refer others and whatnot. So referral marketing all at the same time. All right, families, thank you for tuning in and have a great day.